Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a web banner in Blender. So basically, select this cube, delete that, and we are going to add a new plane. So go to Mesh, go to Plane, add that. Then we are going to take this, I'm going to scroll it up a little bit, so click S, scroll it up like that. Then we are going to add another object, and this time it's going to be a text object. So where you see Mesh, just go down a little bit, click Text, and it may be right on top of your plane. So if you want to bring it forward a little bit, just click G, click Z, and bring it forward so it's not literally inside of your plane. Now to change this text, we are just going to go to Edit Mode, and just like an input field, you will be able to type whatever you want in here. So for me, I'm going to type my website, and my website is dbuild.xyz. Go back into object mode. When you do that, you are going to go to modifiers, and we are going to add a new modifier, which is going to be the solidify modifier. So what this is going to do is it's going to give this text some thickness. So increase the thickness here in this property. So increase the property a little bit. So now you have a thick mesh like so. Then right click on this mesh and then click convert to mesh. Or should I say, it's not a mesh yet. You would have to convert it to a mesh to do a lot of the things that I'm planning to do with it. Anyways, so okay, now you have this. Mesh like so, and here are some things that may help you when you're doing something on your own. So, for example, if you want to rotate this mesh, you'll see that it rotates off to the side like this. Most people wouldn't want to rotate like this. Maybe you would, I don't know. But basically, to fix that, just go into Object, go into Set Origin, and then click Set Origin Center of Mass. And now when you rotate it, you'll see that it rotates like from the center, not off to the side. So that's just the one thing that I want to show you. Okay, so getting back to what we're doing. Next, we are going to go to this, click on this text object, or should I say, click on this mesh, and then go to the material section and add a new material. And we are going to make this material a red material. And we are going to make this material a red material, so increase it to red down here. And if you don't see it becoming red, that's probably because you're not in the right shading mode. So if you see these circles up here, click on this one, and you will be able to see what color your material is. Then go back to your plane, select your plane, add a new material for your plane, and I want the plane to be just completely black. So I'm gonna set the color down to black. And I should have done this from the beginning, but go into the render properties, and instead of having an Eevee rendering engine, make it the Cycles rendering engine. And this is just because Cycles will give you a better picture compared to Eevee, especially when we're rendering such a low resolution. And change the device from CPU to GPU. If you don't have a GPU, that's fine. It's not going to really take you that long to render this this animation at all. Okay, so click on camera, and your camera is located right here. And on your num keys, click 0, and that's going to make you go into your camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click View, and I'm going to go to Navigation, and I am going to enable Walk Navigation. So what this is doing is it's letting you move around your camera like it's a first-person shooter game. So you can even move like it's a first-person shooter. Anyways, so just move the camera around, make it like where you want it to be. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just align it with with the section of the screen that you want to render in the output. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I'm just going to place it like this. Then I'm going to go into object properties, and I'm going to zero out the rotation. So rotation 0, Y 0, X is 0. And now I'm going to click G, and I'm going to click not X, Y, and I'm going to move it up a little bit like so. And I am going to go into my output settings, and I'm going to change the resolution of the camera from 920 to 240. So 240 and 60. So now that hugs the text very nicely. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is select the light source, click G, and then click Z, and then pull it way down like so until it looks something like this. Okay, so now when your light source is all the way down to the object like so, this looks pretty nice. I like this. I like this. I like how it's reflecting off of the plane like so. So I'm going to keep that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a keyframe. So I'm going to click I, and then I'm going to insert a location keyframe. And this it has to do with animation. So at frame 0, or I should say at frame 1, this light source is going to be at this position. And this animation is going to be 1 second. So because this animation is 24 frames per second, I am going to set the I'm going to set the end to 24. So this whole these pictures are all basically 1 second of duration. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we are going to zoom more. We're going to scroll to the 10th frame, and we're going to take our light source. I'm going to click G, and we're going to move this along the x-axis, and I'm going to put it down here. And I'm going to click I, and I'm going to insert location. Then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it all the way down to 24. And I am going to actually no. I'm gonna go down to let's say 18. 18 is better. So click G, and then move it on the x-axis again, and I'm going to move it all the way back to where it used to be, or close to where it used to be. And from this frame, I'm going to go into this light. So you'll have a new option here when you select the light source. When you select the mesh, it's going to be something else, but select the light source, it's going to be this. And you are going to go to power, and you're going to click animate property. When you do that, that's going to let you change the properties as you animate the frame. So click animate, and then take this and then move it all the way down to 24. And I at the 24th frame, I want this to be 10,000. So again, click animate, and when you do that, this whole animation is going to be well, actually, let me just show you what it looks like. So basically all I'm doing is just having the light go back and forth and change its intensity. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Okay, so the final step here is to actually animate our animation. So we're going to go to the output, and I'm going to change the file format from PNG to FFmpeg video, and I'm going to export this down to desktop. So click on desktop. And what else am I missing? What else? Let's see. Yeah, I think. Oh wait, actually, go to render, and then under denoising, enable denoising under render and under viewport if you want. So basically, what this is going to do is it's going to make it less grainy. I can kind of still see some problems here, but whatever. This isn't a professional thing. This is just fun. So once all of that is done, click render animation, and it's going to animate this for you in it's going to be pretty fast. This is only 24 frames, and it's a fairly low resolution, so it should take just less than a minute to render the whole thing. Okay, so that's finished. Close that, minimize that. So here's your animation. And before, if you want to make this like really classy looking, if you want to make this look like it's from the 90s, type FFmpeg -I00. And then I'm going to call this banner.gif. And now we have a little banner here. And if I open that, as you can see, this just reminds me of the 90s all over again. I mean, look at that. Okay, thanks for watching.